on that because we've got the Ashok Leyland management joining us. Mr. V. Sumantaran, the Vice Chairman of Ashok Leyland, joins us to give us an idea, some more perspective on the numbers. Mr. Sumantaran, I know it's been a very, very difficult quarter for several industries connected with the economy. A cyclical downturn that's taken a terrible toll on your numbers. If you can just take us through, how the sales are likely to pan out in the fourth quarter. Is it looking like the third was the worst quarter?
Well, first of all, given that all of us in this industry have gone through these turbulent times, I think we're all looking for an improvement in this quarter, and I think the company has taken a number of steps and measures, including what we're doing right here today with the launch of 2 brand new products for our LCV range. So I think even in tough times, we've always learned that one has to continue to keep investing for the future, and in this industry, a lot of emphasis is on having the right products, addressing the right customers. So I think there is no magic. We can, wonder about when and how the economy will turn, but we just got to get on with the task at hand and be prepared for the future and to some extent make our own fortunes in a tough environment.
Okay. Mr. Sumantaran, thanks very much for joining in. One of the key things which was brought out in this quarter was that you all generated free cash flow. We do understand, and that the management is completely committed in terms of cutting non-core capex. Can you just take us through what the consolidation strategies will be undertaken by Ashok Leyland going forward?
Well, I think as a member of the board and as a non-executive vice chairman, I would not want to get into specifics of what we have discussed in the board, other than to say that we have made specific course corrections as were necessary to steer from a time when there was a lot of emphasis on growing and preparing ourselves with the right adjacent businesses for the future, and some minor corrections as we would have to do as we go along.
Well, Mr. Sumantaran, the Dost volumes also slipped by about 4%. You are launching your fresh initiatives in the LCV segment. How might this segment do in the fourth quarter, you think? Should you see a facelift both in the LCV segment and in Dost in particular?
I think the Dost, rightly as you observed, slipped a little bit in our market share. We have stayed away from some of the very aggressive rebates and discounting that were prevalent in this segment. I think I've lost...
No, we can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
Okay, sorry. Okay. So, yes, we slipped a little bit in our market share at a time when we desisted from following some of our competition in some very aggressive schemes. I think in the long term it has kind of helped the brand. We have retained very, very strong brand equity and brand resale value. And today, for instance, with our new products that we're launching today, both the Partner LCV and the Mitra LCV bus, this will give us an opportunity to further strengthen our LCV portfolio. We always knew when we launched the Dost that it was the first amongst a series of products we would launch to secure our foothold in the LCV business. The Dost, with its launch, did a very good job of securing our first foothold. And now every year we will see ways to further expand our portfolio and our presence in the LCV segment. And the LCV segment as a whole for the country continues to grow and become a more and more important component of the total commercial vehicle industry.
Okay. Mr. Sumantaran, in terms of numbers, when do you think that the company could come back into the black, at least on the EBIT level and consequently on the profit level?
Well, I normally stay away from answering those questions. I think one, it's operational, and two, I don't want to give you an insight right now on what we might have seen as trends in the company. It will be shared with you through our CFO and management team at the right time.
No, Mr. Sumantaran, I wouldn't expect you to give us clear numbers, but what we're asking is whether you're seeing a turnaround. A more specific question, your exports understandably are up, but marginally. Will there be a further thrust, and will fourth quarter see you do better in exports? And therefore, as a whole, can we at least expect to see lower losses and better revenues in the fourth quarter? I'm only asking for a directional call.
Yeah, I think, again, staying away from speculating as to when and what the turnaround would be, without a doubt, I think in a time of when the domestic market has suffered quite badly, we have definitely stepped up our efforts for exports. And this is not just what we will do in this quarter. It will be a long-term trend for us to have a broader range of products for a broader range of markets where we are better prepared to enter, and not just enter for a short-term basis, but establish a sound beachhead. So all of those initiatives are well underway. Some of them have been underway for a few years already, and without a doubt this effort has further been, should we say, beefed up.
Okay. Mr. Sumantaran, just wanted to focus on at least the inventory levels, because is the company cutting back on capacity utilization in order to clear the current inventories that you all are sitting on? And where exactly do inventory levels lie at this point in time? If you have an even vague idea or a maybe broader general perspective on it.
No, you've got me at a disadvantage, because I don't deal with the operations of the company. As a member of the board, I don't deal with the operations, and neither do I have the data, nor would I want to.
All right, fair enough. Sir, just focusing on the strategy, because you did touch upon exports quite briefly, but if you could just expand on what the strategy of Ashok Leyland would be, because we've noticed this with other companies as well, that they become more aggressive on the export front to hedge their bets in the domestic market. Is that something that Ashok Leyland is looking at more aggressively, and are the margins better, same or worse in the export market?
I think it's fair to say that as a rule, markets, export business typically do tend to be a little more margin than domestic businesses. India is a very, very competitive and a tough market. But I would say that the efforts to expand our export momentum have come from three factors. One is the range, a more modern range of products. What I would emphasize is that with the launch today as well, we have now, between the Dost small truck, the Partner LCV, the Boss intermediate truck, and the Captain full-size truck, for the first time a completely new product range. And this obviously improves our chances of competing more aggressively in the export markets. These are products that conform to more advanced emission standards. They offer better customer comfort. The second has to do with actually establishing a presence in a number of these countries. As I said, some of that's been going on, but that momentum has also increased over the last year. And the third and the final would be to actually deploy staff and actually execute the strategy that we've had for export, and that I know is underway.
Fair enough. Thank you very much, Mr. Sumantaran, for joining us with that. Well, Ambit has Ashok Leyland as its top turnaround story, so perhaps something is there in the